here's my card. Okay? That's what I did. And they're not really all that great. I don't care. I'm scared. Hello. Long time. No talk. We're cracking open a Witch's Brew Alani that I've never had before. I'm gonna have a coffee today. Found it in a giant pack at Costco. Nope. Saw it at Costco, didn't buy it at Costco. Found one in Target with the pumpkin one. Now it's my first time trying it. I bought it, had to try it. Everyone talks about it. Had to try it. Let's try it. I definitely taste the caramelly. Like when you smell it, it's like, caramel apple. I like it. It's good. I can drink that. I'm gonna put it over here so I don't spill it. Anyway, hello! What is my intro? It has been so long since I filmed a YouTube video. I think it's, hey, what's up? My name is Ange. Welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, we are gonna be going over my very ambitious fall TBR, because I think that I am overdoing monthly TBRs, because obviously the entire time that I was not filming over the summer, I was just picking up books as I pleased. I didn't really have a TBR, and I read like almost an entire series just straight through. I feel like I don't really want to pick monthly TBRs for the rest of the year. Maybe just like hopefuls and things like that. I really have to read books off my TBR cart. Since I filmed last, that has not changed. So no more monthly TBRs. Instead, we're going for an entire fall TBR. For anyone who doesn't know me, I love fall. Like, I love the summer, but something about like fall season, like September to like, I love Christmas and stuff too. But anyway, fall. Love fall. Everything about it. It's the weather, the clothes I can wear during it, like the activities, everything. I love the fall. So fall reading is so much fun. I love like spooky books, but not like where I'm scared. Like some of these books are probably going to scare me. Fantasy books during the fall. I love pumpkin season and all that kind of stuff. Like I love it. So I'm super excited. I feel like I'm thriving. I would say defrosting, but that's typically what people say when like they go from winter to summer or winter to spring. It's like, oh, I'm defrosting, but like the true Ange is defrosting. I love the fall. Let's get into the books. Obviously on this there's gonna be probably plenty more. I'm sure that I forgot some. I'm gonna go and edit this video and be like, oh my gosh, you forgot this book that is on your Kindle, which by the way, I totally should go and look at that because I just went through and downloaded a whole bunch on my Kindle. Let me go through my Kindle books first. The very first book, this is a controversial one. This was a lot of on TikTok when I posted about it. I want to read Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. A lot of people said, don't read this book. A lot of people said, yes, you should read this book. I'm getting a lot of mixed reviews, and I think that I'm going to try it. Claire Scott's eldest sister, Julia, who 20 years ago went missing. No one knew where she went. No note, no body. It was a mystery that was never solved, and it tore her family apart. Now another girl has disappeared with chilling echoes of the past, and it seems that she might not be the only one. Claire is convinced Julia's disappearance is linked, but when she begins to learn the truth about her sister, she is confronted with a shocking discovery, and nothing will ever be the same. On Goodreads, it has 651,000 ratings, with 62,000 reviews, with an average of 4.01 stars. I think that that's really good. I think a lot of the reviews were like, it's very difficult topics, like if you can handle it. So I feel like I want to give it a try, and we'll see how it goes. So that's a pretty controversial one to start off with, but you know what? Let's just get into it. Let's just go for it at this point, honestly. I don't have the physical copy, so I figured because it's on Kindle Unlimited, if I don't end up reading it, then I won't feel like guilty if I DNF it, because I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna DNF books now, single books like that. Not in series, I can't do it. It's a whole different story. Literally a whole different thing. However, I won't buy the book. Try it on Kindle Unlimited. If it's like too much, can't read it, then I won't feel guilty being like, return to store. It's okay. The next book that I want to read is That's Not My Name by Megan, is it Lally? Something like that. Says, she thought she had her life back. She was wrong. It was a mistake to trust him. Shivering and bruised, a teen wakes up on the side of a dirt road with no memory of how she got there or who she is. A passing officer takes her to the police station, and not long after, a frantic man arrives. He's been searching for her for hours. He has her school ID, her birth certificate, and even family photos. He is her father. Her name is Mary. Or so he says. When Lola slammed the car door and stormed off into the night, Drew thought they just needed some time to cool off. Except Lola disappeared, and the sheriff, his friends, and the whole town are convinced Drew murdered his girlfriend. Forget proving his innocence, he needs to find her before it's too late. The longer Lola is missing, the fewer leads there are to follow and the more danger they are in. This one is not as popular as Pretty Girls on Goodreads, but it has nearly 200,000 ratings with nearly 23,000 reviews with a 4.06 average rating on Goodreads. Saw this one in Barnes. Also did not pick this one up. I was like, I just bought so many books. That trip I literally bought like almost 5. So I was like, you know what? We're going to lay off the books. This one wasn't calling my name as much as the other ones were. So I was like, you know what? We're going to wait. But that one's really interesting too, and I do want to read that one. The last book on Kindle that I want to read is Such Quiet Girls by Noelle W. IHLI, whose last name I can't pronounce, but I apologize. I saw this one on TikTok actually, so that's why I got added to the TBR. This one says, 10 children abducted in broad daylight and buried alive. Sage and her sister won't make it home from school today. Neither will the other children on bus 315. But that's only the beginning of the nightmare. New bus driver, Jessa, blames herself for what happens. She couldn't protect the kids she was supposed to deliver to daycare, just like she couldn't protect her own daughter 3 years ago. But this time, everything will be different. It has to be. Trapped in a shipping container buried 20 feet underground, Jessa and the children do their best to stay calm. The kidnappers insist that if everyone behaves, they'll be freed when the ransom is paid. But Sage isn't sure that'll last long. Neither is Jessa. It's dark and cramped, and with every passing minute, it's getting harder to breathe. With time and air running thin, Jessa and the children must find a way to outsmart their captors or face an unthinkable fate. Such Quiet Girls was inspired by actual events, which I didn't know that until literally just now. So I find that super interesting. What I liked about this one was that right from the get-go like that, they tell you like that they're in the shipping container underground. So while what I'm assuming and picturing is going to be happening is like everyone appears to be like, where are they? Where are the kids? Blah, blah, blah. It's been however many hours, so we have to start looking for like them not being alive, but we still have to look for them. And then down here, they're going to be like trying to break out of the shipping container. So I found it really interesting that like right off the bat, we know that. That one caught my eye as well. As far as ones that are on my physical TBR, in front of me, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is just like kind of the tip of the iceberg, but these are the ones that are priority for me this fall. So starting off with one that I feel like was really popular a while ago and I never picked it up is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. So this one, I saw it and I was like, you know what? I already bought 3 books. Let me just grab this one. What's the 4th one you're going to do? This one says, Galaxy Alex Stern is the most unlikely member of Yale's freshman class. Raised in the Los Angeles hinterlands, we're back to never being able to speak, by a hippie mom. Alex dropped out of school early and into a world of shady drug dealer boyfriends, dead-end jobs, and much, much worse. In fact, by age 20, she's the sole survivor of a horrific, unsolved multiple homicide. Some might say she's thrown her life away, but at her hospital bedside, Alex is offered a second chance to attend one of the world's most prestigious university on a full ride. What's the catch, and why her? Still searching for answers, Alex arrives in New Haven, tasked by her mysterious benefactors with monitoring the activities of Yale's secret society. Their 8 windowless tombs are the well-known haunts of the rich and powerful, from high-ranking politicos to the Wall Street's biggest players, but their occult activities are more sinister and more extraordinary than any paranoid imagination might conceive. They tamper with forbidden magic, they raise the dead, and sometimes they prey on the living. I have somehow avoided spoilers of this book for so long that I figured, you know what, it's time. And I'm super excited for it, and honestly, reading the back of it made me want to read it, like, the minute this video is done. So really looking forward to this one. The next book that I want to read is Final Girls by Riley Sager. I know this is, I'm pretty sure, at least one of his older books. I just read Middle of the Night not too long ago, and unfortunately I didn't love it. So when I picked this one up, I was like, maybe I shouldn't, but everyone talks about this one and loves this one, so I figured this has to be a good one. I liked his other books. It was just Middle of the Night that I was like, no. So this one says, 10 years ago, 6 friends went on vacation. 1 made it out alive. In that instant, college student Quincy Carpenter became a member of a very exclusive club, a group of survivors the press dubbed the Final Girls. Lisa, who lost 9 sorority sisters to a college dropout's knife, Sam, who endured the sack man during her shift at the Nightlight Inn, and now Quincy, who ran bleeding through the woods to escape the massacre at Pine Cottage. Despite the media's attempts, the 3 girls have never met. Now Quincy is doing well, maybe even great, thanks to her Xanax prescription. She's a caring, almost fiancé, a popular baking blog, a beautiful apartment, and a therapeutic presence in Coop, the police officer who saved her life. Her mind won't let her recall the events of that night. The past is in the past, until the first final girl is found dead in her bathtub and the second final girl appears on Quincy's doorstep. Blowing through Quincy's life like a hurricane, Sam seems intent on making her relieve the trauma of her ordeal. When disturbing details about Lisa's death emerge, Quincy desperately tries to unravel Sam's truth from her lies while evading both the police and bloodthirsty reporters. Quincy knows that in order order to survive, she has to remember what really happened at Pine College, because the only thing worse than being a final girl is being a dead one. I'm scared. Yay! So excited. I feel like this one's gonna actually creep me out. But I'm excited. It's gonna be good. Yay for spooky season. I love the fall. Next on my TBR is a book that I have actually started. I'm 5 chapters in, and that is The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore. I know that these were really popular last year. I never ended up reading it. I know everyone's like, they're not really all that great. I don't care. I wanted something that really got me into the fall season. So this one was perfect. Like, look at the cover. So cute. I did want to read like all of them. Like, I know there's like the Christmas Tree Farm and then like some like the Blueberry Pancake House or something like that. Like, so cute. Want to read them. They're very on theme. This one, again, 5 chapters in already, says it's a small town spicy romance. When Jeannie's aunt gives her the beloved Pumpkin Spice Cafe in the small town of Dream Harbor, Jeannie jumps at the chance for a fresh start away from her very dull desk job. Logan is a local farmer who avoids Dream Harbor's gossip at all costs, but Jeannie's arrival disrupts Logan's routine, and he wants nothing to do with the irrationally upbeat new girl, except that he finds himself inexplicably drawn to her. While Jeannie's happy-go-lucky attitude went over the grumpy but gorgeous Logan, or has the city girl found the one person in town who won't fall for her charm or her pumpkin spice lattes? I just find it cute. We literally go from like final girls to this, like, are we kidding? But it's so cute. So far, 5 chapters in, it's just like a cutesy little romance. Like, I just needed a small town, like, let's get into the vibes of the fall season. Perfect. So cute. Can't wait for her to open up her cafe. Literally, I'm excited. Can I go? Is it a real thing? I would love to go. Love to. The next book is actually a book club read for the month of October, but you know what, I was like, let's just put it on here. So, for that, it's Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. A lot of people have read this. I've also somehow avoided spoilers for this one, which is extremely surprising. I don't even know how many books are in the series. I think that there is more than 2. If I am wrong, I am wrong. No idea what it's about. Literally, it was picked for the book club, and I said, bye, here's my card. Okay? That's what I did. Anyway, this book, the cover is really beautiful. Like, you gotta admit, like, it's very interesting. Scary, but interesting. The only thing deadlier than losing the game is losing your heart. Cute. So excited. Anyway, this one says, Phantasma only has 2 rules. Stay alive and don't fall in love. When Ophelia discovers her mother brutally murdered, there is no time to grieve. She has inherited the family's fearsome magic and enormous debt. Circumstances go from dire to deadly, however, when Ophelia's sister decides to pay off the loan by entering Phantasma, a competition where contestants rarely escape alive, and the victor is granted a single wish. Okay, Caraval. The only way for Ophelia to save her sister is to win. But Phantasma is a cursed manor, full of twisting corridors and lavish ballrooms, staffed by enticing demons and fatal temptations. And Ophelia must conquer all 9 floors to succeed, if her fears don't overtake her first. When a charming, arrogant stranger claims he can help, Ophelia knows better than to trust him. But with her sister's life on the line, Ophelia can't afford to turn him away. She'll just need to ignore the overwhelming dark attraction drawing them closer and closer together. Because in Phantasma, the only thing deadlier than losing the game is losing your heart. Yay, that sounds fun. This does remind me a little bit of Caraval with like the game aspect and like being able to save your sister, but everyone loves this book, so I'm gonna give it a shot. Yay for October. If I read it sooner, I read it sooner, but we might be holding this one off until October. The next book that I want to read is book number 3 in A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which is As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson. I read Good Girl's Guide to Murder last year. Then I read the second one a few months ago, and now I want to read the third one, finish off the series, and then I actually have to read the prequel because I never did. Okay, so this one is the 3rd book, like I said, and it says, you'll never think of good girls the same way again. Pip is still haunted by the way her last investigation ended. She's used to online death threats in the wake of her viral true crime podcast, but soon the threats escalate and Pip realizes that someone is following her in real life. When Pip discovers a connection between her new stalker and a local serial killer, she finds herself in the center of another case. Will her good girl ways die with her, or as the deadly games play out, will Pip risk losing everyone she loves, including herself? I'm excited to finish the series. The last book ended off on like a cliffhanger, like it made me excited to read the next book, but then I never picked it up. So, spooky season. This might actually be my next read, but I'm not sure. I'm reading 2 books right now. I'm reading Infamous Like Us by Kristen Becker-Ritchie, and then I'm reading Pumpkin Spice Cafe, like I said before. So this might actually be the next book, because this is super interesting and it's going to be quick, finishing off the trilogy. We'll see. The next book that I want to read is another one by Holly Jackson. This was a new release, and it's called Not Quite Dead Yet. I have saved this for spooky season because I just wanted to. I couldn't read this in July. or August, or whenever the heck it came out. I don't even know. I gotta do research before I start recording, I really do. But anyway, I want to read this. This one says, in 7 days, Jet Mason will be dead. Jet is the daughter of one of the wealthiest families in Woodstock, Vermont. 27 years old and back living with her parents, she's still waiting for her life to begin. I'll do it later, she always says. She has time. Until Halloween night when she is violently attacked by an unseen intruder, suffering a catastrophic head injury. Doctors are certain that within a week the injury will trigger a deadly aneurysm. Jet never thought of herself as having enemies, but now she looks at everyone in a new light. Her family, her former best friend turned sister-in-law, her ex-boyfriend. She has just 7 days, and as condition deteriorates, she has only her childhood friend Billy for help. But nevertheless, she's absolutely determined to finally finish something. Jet is going to solve her own murder. This one, the idea of that was just really interesting, and I really do love Holly Jackson's writing, so I was super, super, super excited for this one. This also might be a next read. I don't know. I can't decide. It's going to be like a mood read kind of thing, like, oh, I'm looking for something a little bit more serious. No, never mind. We're going back. I don't know. We'll see. The last book. The very, 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 very long-awaited read for fall. Like I said before, fall is for fantasy reads and things like that. So, will this be the season that I finally pick up Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros? I feel like I am the only person on earth who has not read this book yet. Am I? Really? No. But I feel like everyone's talking about it still. I have the second book. Never read it. Don't have the third book. I need to read it. Everyone says I'm going to be hooked, but something about like how small the words are and how big the book is just gives me anxiety about it. I just feel like since it's so hyped up and I haven't read it yet, it's like, am I going to let myself down? Am I expecting too much? Or am I going to actually just end up loving it? I don't know. I guess we'll see. For everyone who doesn't know, I love maps and books. Amazing. This one is about 20-year-old Violet Soaringale, who was supposed to enter the scribe quadrant, living a quiet life among books and history. Now, the commanding general, also known as her toughest talent's mother, has ordered Violet to join the hundreds of candidates striving to become the elite of Navarre, dragon riders. But when you're smaller than everyone else and your body is brittle, death is only a heartbeat away. Because dragons don't bond to fragile humans, they incinerate them. With fewer dragons willing to bond than cadets, most would kill Violet to better their own chances of success. The rest would kill her just for being her mother's daughter, like Xaden Royerson, the most powerful and ruthless wing leader in the Riders' Squadron. She'll need every edge her wits can give her just to see the next sunrise. Yet with every day that passes, the war outside grows more deadly, the kingdom's protective wards are failing, and the death toll begins to rise. Even worse, Violet begins to suspect leadership is hiding a terrible secret. Friends, enemies, lovers, everyone at Basgiath War College has an agenda, because once you enter, there are only 2 ways out. Graduate or die. I just need to do it already. We'll do it. We will do it. I swear, I don't know how many times this book has been on the TBR. Like, I just need to do it already. I really do. So that is the TBR. The hopefuls on my seasonal TBR. How did I even word this? I don't even know. Honestly, don't even know. But I do. Let's put that one there because I'm reading that one. I don't even know. These are books, these are my fall hopeful books. I don't want to put too much pressure on myself to read from a TBR only, so I wanted to put a whole bunch on here and be like, oh, throughout the fall season, these are the ones that I want to get to. I feel like that's broader for me more than a monthly TBR is just not doable for me anymore, so I feel like this might work better for me, so we're going to do this for the next few months throughout the year, the rest of the year, and see how it goes. Well, I'm very happy to be back on YouTube, yay, so let's see how this goes. Actually, let's crack open a book, drink my Alani, and start getting through this TBR. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you all next time. Bye!